How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. I have an exciting guest with me here today, Conor Kenny. I'll leave links to him underneath the video. We are going to talk about the market. We're going to talk about what happened right now with the crash and what coins he's looking at buying or what ones he just bought. Conor, thanks for coming on the channel.
What's up, Sam? Always a pleasure to be here. My financial friend. Happy to be here, mate.
Good.
Late on me.
Yeah, so what do you think about this market right now? Well, let's not get into what do you think about the market, but why is the market doing what it's doing right now?
It's a mass panic. Literally, I was on a call like an hour ago, and Bitcoin dipped below below 26,000, so 25,900, I think it dipped to. And the best way you can describe it is mass panic and fear. And honestly, it's exactly what we want as long-term investors. If you're invested into things that you actually believe in, it going down is not a bad thing. Like, how many people watching this video right now wish they had bought at 15K? If everyone continues to panic, we may very well go back to 15K. I hope we don't. I hope we hold the support of 25K, which I've been watching. But if we do, there's your opportunity. But most people aren't going to buy again because they're going to think it's going to go to zero. And like we were discussing before, it's actually when the market goes up, it's not good for you. If you're long term, right? The market going up is not good for you because you get used to it going up. The second it goes down, you look at your portfolio and it's down however much, and you're like, oh, I'm done for, and it makes you panic. Where really, things are on sale. And I know everyone says that all the time, but yeah, it's what's working.
Yeah, definitely. And I have to remind myself, like, even if I say that, I still have the same feeling. Like, when I see the market fall down, I'm like, oh, this sucks. I don't know if I should be spending as much money. Maybe I should scale back a little bit on investments. But I tell myself, no, this is exactly what I want long term. I need the prices to come down because I'm not just going to buy when it goes up every single time. I'm hoping that Bitcoin goes back down to 25,000, 22,000, 20,000 because we still know what's happening in the background. So what do you think is actually leading to the sell-off? Can you walk us through that a little bit? Because I think it's important for people that maybe didn't see my last video just to have an idea for what's happening today and yesterday.
Sure. So I've been watching this very closely. Recently, we've been sitting in and around the 29 to 30K region, right? It's probably been about a month. Feels like a month. Maybe it's 2 days. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's been a long time. We've been sitting at 30,000 and we've hit that line of support. We've been in that upward trend. We hit the support. The second that broke, who knows if it's just, the stars aligning or it's because of the news. But we hit that support, we broke it, and all of a sudden, when we hit the support and we went under it, we had a lot of bad news come, right? Mm-hmm. We've had Evergrande filing for bankruptcy in the US, which is one of the biggest. I think they have like $30 billion of debt, like in the US. So things are not good on that front. We then also have huge liquidations coming in because of mass panic, which is caused by one of the other things, which is SpaceX selling their Bitcoin. Now, Wall Street Journal spoke about it, and we've gone through the article, and neither of us know what is going on. Either they lost 300 million in their value of Bitcoin, or they sold 300 million, or they sold all of their Bitcoin. Like, it's very hard to decipher what's going on. But anyway, people are panicked. And then just yesterday or the day before, we also had the hawkish news from the Fed, essentially saying that that a lot of people in the Fed are potentially wanting to raise more interest rates when we were kind of hoping that the interest rates were done. So all of that happening at once, we already had that fear. Then we had the more fear hit the market. Everyone starts to panic. People start to sell. And then we have liquidations from people who are longing the market. So it all just creates a snowball effect and the market moves down. And at the end of the day, it's not that bad of a situation.
Well, I think something that we do well at compared to, I think, some other investors, just I'm not trying to toot our own horn here, but we still have cash on the sidelines to buy dips like this. And from what I hear, a lot of people have run out of cash. And I'm not sure if part of that is the sense that you want to get to a certain number, like net worth or investment wise. So you kind of adjust your investments to that, to be able to get those kinds of gains. So you think, okay, if I want $1 million and I have $30,000 now, I need to get 30x returns. Instead of thinking, okay, what are the best investments right now? So they go all in and they go in the riskiest assets. I think we see that a lot. Like, oh, I want 100x return to be able to buy this new car, this new house. And I think that's something that investors should probably just stay away from. So just a little nugget of wisdom there. Don't just go into the riskiest assets, but go into what actually fits your risk profile. So Conor, with that being said, what are you buying right now, or what are you looking at? What are you hoping to get into that fits your risk profile? And how heavy are you going into it? You don't have to give numbers, but like, are you buying a ton at 25,000, or let me know.
I think something that's interesting about what you just said with the kind of the weight of investment of what you're getting into and kind of what you're speculating with. Now, one way that I've always looked at any form of investment is the investment isn't the way I want to get rich. I'm trying to generate money from whatever it is, a business or a job, it doesn't matter. And then I'm funneling that money, instead of it sitting in my bank account, which I did for like 10 years of my adult life, which was the biggest mistake, right? I just held it in cash in a bank account. What I think is the right way is focusing on generating more income and using that income for longer term investments. Yes, there is space in portfolios for speculation. Yes, I've made money, and don't get me wrong, lost a lot of money, but hopefully I'm, above. But there's space for speculation where you can make obscene outsized gains. But for me personally, that's not my only goal. My main goal is finding instruments where I can place this money that I'm generating and have it slowly generate income. Like, no one in crypto wants to make 10% a year, but honestly, if Bitcoin makes me 10% a year, I'm still happy. I don't really care. Like, we're not up 100% anymore, but we were up to close to 100% on, since the lows of earlier this year. And or late last year. Crypto's too crazy for me to know exactly the dates, but we've been up a lot, right? And that's been a lovely move upwards. I believe that Bitcoin one day will be above 100K, and that's enough for me. If it doesn't go to $1 bajillion like everyone is speculating, I don't care. 100K is what I expect it and what I believe it can do in the next bull run. And that being a 4x from where we sit today is a lovely gain. So I move the money that I make, and then I move it into this asset that I believe is going to go up. And then I have a little bit of space of speculation. Did you have something you want to say?
I was just going to say, yeah, I think a lot of people are wondering how to invest like $100, $200, $500. And what I usually say to people that are in that situation is you can invest it, but honestly, you should be focused more on how to make more money, because $100, $200 isn't going to really move the needle if that's all you have to invest. So I like what you said there, because the richest people on the earth aren't people that necessarily invest super well. That helps, but they generate income. Like, you can get 6% returns, 7% returns, and still be super wealthy if you can create a lot of wealth from active income. And then from there, obviously, if you're one of the 0.01% of people that invest incredibly well, if you invested in Bitcoin in 2010, great. You're probably rich now if you had a couple $100s in it, but that's the outlier situation. And most people see those situations and think that they can do it, they can replicate it. So then they chase, and they are the ones that get suckered into like bad projects that have that intentionally try to bring in people like that. So yeah, so right now, what are you looking at buying exactly?
Well, honestly, on a day like today, Bitcoin and Ethereum. I've been dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin and Ethereum over the last couple of days since we've seen this panic, and I'll simply continue to do that. If we probably for every $1,000 or $2,000 Bitcoin goes down, that's when I'll DCA. Now, we have a slightly different approach to DCA. I know you do monthly purchases and you kind of just do it anytime, like every month you do it without fail. And I don't do the same thing with my Bitcoin or my Ethereum. I just wait for the market to be panicked. Now, the market can be panicked at a higher price than it was last month or 3 months ago. But when that happens, I have it in my mentality that I'm excited on a day like that. So today and last night, I saw Bitcoin go down. And yes, I still have that gut-wrenching, no, my money. But I'm putting money into it because every time without fail, I regret not putting enough in, even though I do it all the time. Do you know what I mean? So you never shake that feeling. But what I'm looking at right now, in a mass panic, I'm not really looking for those degen plays. I'm more looking for the fact that I can buy my actual long-term that I believe in the most, which is, of course, Bitcoin secondary to Ethereum and then some other things. But Bitcoin mainly, I'm looking to buy it. And then over the last couple of days, I've been buying some altcoins that I've seen that I've been doing some research into. And just being slow and conservative with my investment and holding a lot of cash still.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's the right approach there. Do you want to talk about any of those altcoins or no? Should we just leave them for your channel? Because one, I heard you got like a 40% return in one day.
Yeah. So
and you had a significant, significant position in it too. So it wasn't
Yeah,
like
they're
some
in a
small
test
one.
net.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in a test net right now, and they're building what they plan to be a quantum resistant blockchain, which is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
And seen it dotted around for a while, and I decided to get into it. I told my Patreon in my private Discord, which you guys can access if you follow the link to my channel and then go over there. You guys can get that following the link to the Patreon. Sorry for the plug, but you can come and chat to me directly. But yeah, I didn't expect it, honestly. I opened the position and I plan, and I still plan if it goes below where I bought it, but I plan to buy more. I bought quite a significant position, but I plan to buy more. And it went up 40% overnight. Nice. It was great. It's gone down a little bit since then. But pretty exciting stuff. I mean, another long-term thing, I reckon it can do well in the next bull run. And all of these positions, when I buy something like that, I do not wholeheartedly think that this is gonna make me rich, right? Yeah. It's just I find something, I really like it, so I want to park a bit of money there, and I hope it goes up. If it goes down, I'll buy a little bit more. That's why I don't overexpose myself. I learned my lesson from the bull run before the last, and just finding these positions. And during a time like this, we have all of the time in the world to research. There's no reason to rush into anything. You don't need to be making purchases every day, you know?
And I think we both agree this is the riskier side of our portfolios. Like we talk about crypto often, but we do have other buckets of assets too. Like we talked about cash, property. We both have rentals now, stocks. So just keep that in mind too. We talk about crypto a lot, but this is the riskier side of investing, like when we look at the risk curve. So I think diversification is key too. Anything else you want to talk about, Conor?
I mean, just I want everyone to not be panicking. Hopefully anyone who's watching this, I'm sure at this point, the people who are watching the channel right now aren't panicking. They're here. Yeah. We're in a bear market. They know we're in a bear market. So most people in my community seem pretty excited about what's happening. I just hope that we do turn around. But honestly, the longer the market goes down, if you are in things that you believe in, it's actually beneficial, right? Yep. It's going to suck. It will suck. If Bitcoin goes back to the lows again, it's going to suck. But take it as the opportunity, and don't overexpose yourself. So if it goes to zero, which is still a possibility, when we're not in a bull run anymore. So you got to believe that it's possible that everything collapses to zero. That's what I think. Mm-hmm. So when I look at my portfolio, the unrealized gains are unrealized. They're exactly that. And if it goes to zero, it's going to be heartbreaking, but it's not going to be the end of the world. So don't overexpose yourself. Chill, zoom out, chill out. Definitely. All that good stuff.
Perfect. Conor, thanks so much for coming on the channel. You can check out his link underneath the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.